starting five. Butler is the 4, and Green operates as the small ball center. A pair of shooters at the guards, Curry and Hield, and Richard. And for Toronto, the post pairing, Barnes playing alongside Pirtle. The guard spots filled by Quickly and Barrett. And it's Ingram at the 3, the small forward. And do you figure, Tim, we're at that point in the season now where we can really evaluate who the top teams are?
Well, Kevin, I don't think there's any question about it. There are a handful of teams we knew coming into the season would be at the top. But now, as you look, there are additional teams starting to open our eyes, and we're going to have to wait and see what happens with the trade deadline to see who can make a move to close that gap at the top.
And one of the beauties of an 82-game schedule, right? You have a long time to prove yourself.
No doubt about it. There are phases to an NBA season. We're about to enter the most important one.
And so it's the Warriors getting on the board first. 6 to shoot. Here's Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
Well, that's a big man playing big. Pirtle using all of that 7-foot length.
Outside Butler. Back to Curry. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
I caught up with Coach Darko Rajakovic.
We talked about the mindset needed when squaring off against Jimmy Butler, and Coach said Jimmy is a firecracker. You don't want to set him off or he could explode in your face. I told our guys just to focus on the game and not give any extra motivation out there. We'll see if they prevent Butler from popping off. Back to you.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. Now, here's Quickly. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Barnes outside. Misses the 3.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
It's Curry outside. Here's Butler. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And Butler just making so many winning plays right now, including outworking everybody on the glass.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And, you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
And the team adopts the personality of Jimmy Butler. He can alter a team's culture.
In GA, we know Coach Steve Kerr has been up front. In order to win, the Warriors need to take and make a lot of threes.
Well, it's the superpower of their best player. And the arrival of Jimmy Butler has provided some balance. But threes are still their best bet.
Now here's Hield. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Pass to Green. A 3-ball. Toronto grabs the miss. They're getting their first look at the season at the Warriors in this one. Pirtle, the pass to Ingram. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Warriors leading by 4. Outside Curry. Here's Butler, covered by Barnes. Butler against Barnes. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a 3-point play. You know, Tim, they say you can't measure heart, but Jimmy Butler, he plays with a lot of heart. He is non-stop.
Well, you can talk about his skill level and IQ, but Kevin, what you love about Butler is his competitive will, and he saves his best for the postseason.
And Jimmy Butler is what some might call an old-school kind of player. Would you agree, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, he's all toughness, grit, and basketball IQ. A tone setter at the defensive end who plays unselfishly. The guy is all about winning.
And that one's good. Ingram.
Showing the deep shooting range. Ingram can do it all offensively. Outside Curry.
Now here's Butler. Defense is right there. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And again, no good by Golden State.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
And stolen by Butler. Curry looking it over. This one for three. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Toronto Raptors. Trailing by 4. Outside Barrett. Toronto working the ball around now. Out to Ingram. And here's quickly for 3. Here's Pirtle. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Pirtle's got his second best.
Yeah, his teammates and coaches love that right there. Second chance opportunities by Pirtle.
Pass to Green. Top of the key, Butler. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Butler's got 8 points. Toronto, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Now Ingram. And he makes that one. He's got 5.
That is strong. Ingram taking it right to the defense.
Outside Curry. Left side Butler. Outside for Curry. Right side Green. It's good.
The defense was there offering resistance, but Green, as usual, was up to the challenge.
Quickly the pass to Barrett. Now, here's Quickly. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Well, their pass it to Hield. Pass to Butler. Curry on the wing. On the wing, Hield. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
A catch and shoot specialist. Hield has a quality jump shot and really makes quick decisions.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. I've always admired the impact that Steph Curry, Tim, has made on this game, and not only at this level, but at every level. With that in mind, do shooters train differently in part because of him?
Yeah, I believe they do, Kevin, but you've got to beware. This is a guy that's often imitated, rarely replicated. He is so special, but I think guys need to add escape dribbles, the sidestep dribble, and certainly deep shooting off the dribble. That's where Steph Curry has impacted the modern shooter.
That's good advice. Making a change here. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in. Jonathan Kuminga, he's checked in for Golden State. Podziemski's coming in for Hield. Pass to Quickly. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. It's stolen by Kuminga. Green kicks to Butler. Curry against Quickly. Now Green. Now here's Curry. 5 on the clock. Count that bucket. Now it's a 6-point Warrior lead.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Curry against Quickly. Barrett with the ball. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Mamu Kalashvili. Out to the right wing. Here's Murray Boyle. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, you came to the right place.
Now here's Butler. Really played well against Orlando in his last outing. Bucket is good.
Well, he has been pretty much unstoppable this quarter, and his team is thriving as a result.
And here is Quickly. Coming off a solid outing against Miami. Ingram wide open. Oh, good on the triple. Warriors leading by 5. Pass to Kuminga. Here's Podziemski. Oh, good on the 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And that one, good.
Well, you got to hit Barrett harder than that if you want to stop him from scoring. That's light work for him.
Now here's Curry. 7 points in the game. Here's Butler. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Ingram outside. Pass to Quickly. For the 3. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, he better focus now. His efficiency is dropping, but there's enough game left to make corrections.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey guys, the Warriors at last season's trade deadline swinging the deal for Jimmy Butler. Stephen Curry said him signing an extension is big. He's committed for this run. It creates expectations, which I love. We all thrive off of that energy and that kind of environment. We are up for the challenge. Kevin, back to you.
They're clearly all in. Allie, we thank you very much. Here's Walter. He's defended by Podziemski. There's the pick. Here's Shed. Misses off the left iron.
Well, the defense was daring him to take that shot, and it paid off.
GA now in year 3 under Darko Rajakovic. The Raptors are staying the course.
His contract runs through next season, and he's all in on developing these young players and getting the best out of them.
Raptors trail by 8. Pass to Murray Boyle. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Kuminga. No good from outside. Here's Dick, defended by Moody. Pass to Murray Boyle.
2 minutes left in the first.
It's stolen by Kuminga. Here's Moody. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
And they've also done a really good job scoring off turnovers. Not just pressuring the ball, but cashing those in and scoring opportunities.
The Raptors shooting their first free throw of the game here.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And the Warriors making a change here. Butler's checked in.
Shooting 1.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Last outing for Toronto, they won that game against the Heat in Miami.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Man, the crowd noise can make it hard to execute your offense on the road, but they did a great job playing their game.
Here's Shed. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Toronto working the ball around now. Back to Dick. All alone. It's rebounded by Kuminga.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Pass the Butler. Over Dick. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And if Butler gets going, he is not going to let up. He will continue to attack over and over again.
Here's Shed. Still without a basket. Dick against Butler. Dick, that's good. Warriors leading by 7. Now Pajemski. He had a big outing in that Magic game as well. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Here's Dick. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Golden State Warriors bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And we welcome you back to NBA action, a great tradition. Christmas Day basketball here on 2K Sports. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, the energy was there. The communication was there. I think they can build on this going forward.
So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Horford is out there with Kuminga. Then there's Brandon Pajemski. Then it's Butler. And it's Moody in at the shooting guard. So it's Toronto now. The Warriors making the shot. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Mamu Kelishvili has got 5. Warriors leading by 7. In his relatively young career, Scotty Barnes, GA, has played a number of positions.
Well, he's so versatile. He can be successful at a lot of different spots on the floor. A blue guy you can plug in just about anywhere.
And good that time.
And you see him flexing a little bit after that finish. Butler just shrugging off the defense.
Pass to Dick. Six on the shot clock, and stolen by Butler. In the corner, Horford with it. Good on the three-point shot. Horford's got the lead up to 12 now for the Warriors.
They need that floor spacing ability from Horford. It's big for them when he's knocking down triples.
Dick finds Barnes. Pass to Shed. To answer back, but that three is off the mark. And so Horford will bring it up for the Warriors. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Butler feeling out of it. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
He has been in a great flow tonight, converting at a high rate.
And you look at the addition of Jimmy Butler. G.A., why has he been such a fit for the Warriors?
He really is an unselfish, high IQ superstar, and that's what the Warriors are all about. And his isolation, interior scoring has given them another look offensively.
And last season, Vince Carter became the first player ever to have his jersey retired, Tim, by the Raptors.
So well deserved. And look, prime Vince Carter is exactly the kind of player Toronto is still looking for. A three-level elite scorer.
Here's Mamu Kelishvili. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Heat in Miami.
And his scoring is going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Now, here's Horford. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Here's Butler, 6 to shoot. Podziemski, good, and Butler gets the assist. Podziemski's got 6 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Almost halfway through the season, let's check out the standings in the East. You look at the Raptors, they're fourth in the conference and looking to make a move the latter part of the season.
And I think for Toronto, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
Well, this is kind of where we expected them to be. They're a very good team, maybe even great, but they are still one level below the very top.
Here's Barnes after the Warriors pick up 3. Pass to Mamu Kelishvili. Here's Murray Boyle. And again, no good by Toronto.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Yeah, it's just time to settle everything down. Get high percentage looks and then D up.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Pass to Walter. Here's Shed. And the Raptors miss again.
Well, he wanted to answer that 3 with one of his own. Unfortunately, he couldn't knock it down.
Some nice passing by Golden State here. Plenty of daylight on that shot. He's got 9.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
I think everybody in here is in shock. In many ways, their team just hasn't shown up.
Here's Shed. His last outing, he had 8 points. Takes it inside. And just miss after miss right now.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Kuminga, no good. Toronto's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Pass to Shed. 6 3-pointers off the mark.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
He seems like he's moving okay, but clearly something isn't right.
Now, here's Moody. A 20-point game for him in the win against Orlando. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. The Warriors shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws. 81% as a team.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Some changes for Golden State. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Horford. And Curry subbed in for Moody. You know, the pregame routine is something I know you embraced, and we see that with guys like Curry and Durant. We've heard a lot about what they do. What was the most important part of your pregame regimen, Tim?
Well, you know, Kevin, for me, I was really going to be judged based on catch and shoot percentages. Can I get off threes and can I make threes? So for me, it was all about high volume three-point shooting before the game, getting comfortable from every spot on the floor where I may get a shot.
And same routine every game?
Every game, same thing, and I made sure, of course, I finished on that make.
Wow. Curry against Quickly. Pass to Murray Boyles. Now, here's Barrett. He's defended by Pajemski. Barrett the pass to Barnes. Here's Quickly. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. And a chance now to look at the schedule coming up for the Toronto Raptors. On Friday, they'll tip off a road trip in Washington where they'll take on the Wizards. And then on Sunday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Golden State Warriors.
And you know, for that matchup with Denver, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
5 to shoot. Here's Ingram. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
Well, he's certainly not the reason they're down. If they're going to grab the lead here, more guys are going to have to step up.
Back to Curry from past the arc. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Curry's got 10 points.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here's Barnes. He picked up 27 points in the last win against Miami. Now here's Moody. He's covered by Ingram. Pajemski on the wing. The tray, and another 3 for Golden State.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Barnes. No scoring in this one. For 3, Ingram. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound. Butler's got his 4th rebound in this one.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Pajemski with it. Barrett covering. Pass to Curry. Makes it off the glass. Curry's got 8 points in the quarter.
Stronger than he looks. Curry able to take the hit there and finish.
It's Ingram on the wing. Defended by Moody. Now here's Ingram. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Miami. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
That is a strong finish by Ingram. Wiry strength, but he does have some power behind it.
Raptors have made their only other free throw attempt today on an earlier trip to the line.
Brandon Ingram. 1 shot.
Tim, some forget prior to the success of Stephen Curry, the Warriors were not considered a top-tier franchise.
Well, before he arrived in 2009, this was one of the lowest all-time winning percentages, but they have built a dynasty, and they are now considered one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports.
They kick it out to Green. A 3-pointer, no good.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Ingram with it. He's got 13. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
And continues to make plays offensively, having a very efficient quarter.
Outside, Green. Back to Curry. Jacks up a 3. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
This looks like it's going to be a big night for him.
Curry's gotten some nice looks from outside so far, making 4 threes in 6 attempts. Back to Quickly. Quickly, a screen on Green. Ingram outside. Baseline jumper. Again, Toronto.
Now, Ingram is such a complete offensive player. He can find good looks in the mid-range area as well.
Pass to post. Curry against Quickly. Just 5 on the clock. Curry is inside. Quickly covering. Curry. That's good. Curry's got 13 points in just this quarter. It's Barrett on the wing. Over to the left wing. Pirtle finds Quickly. Screen by Pirtle. From outside, off the mark.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thank you, guys. RJ Barrett, the son of a pro hoops player, he said, quote, "As a youngster, my dad programmed me to be aggressive. He always told me, go to the rim, live in the paint. When you do that, you not only score, but you force the whole defense to collapse, and you can make easy plays to hit shooters." Guys, back to you.
Playing with purpose. Allie, as always, we appreciate your reporting. And Barrett gets it to go.
Well, he's a guy they look to go to, and now you see why.
Down low, here's Post. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists now in this one. And so Quickly we'll bring it up for Toronto. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Pass to Murray Boyle. There's a good screen. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pirtle. And now we've got a chance to check out multiple seasons of assist numbers. And what has been the trend for Draymond Green?
And you do see his numbers on the decline year to year, but it's to be expected at this stage of his career. It had nothing to do with his skills or his commitment. That's just father time taking a toll.
The Raptors making a switch here. Abaji's checked in. Here's Hield. That one drops for him. Hield's got 5 points so far.
And what a show of agility by Hield, getting around the contact there and right to his finish.
Quickly kicks to Barrett. Quickly setting the pick for Barrett. Back to Quickly. It drops for his second made shot of this game. An unimpressive 2 of 7, though.
That's a lot of focus that time by Quickly. So good at working his way through the contact.
Here's Curry. Add another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
For 3, Ingram doesn't get it to drop for him. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. And it was from 3-point most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. Right back after this break.
Good to see you and welcome. A lopsided game through 2 quarters and a big deficit for the Toronto Raptors. Guys, how can they turn this thing around?
Well, they got to come in the second half angry. Like me. Whenever Shaq shows up late, like he did today.
I've never been late in my life. Anyway, Artie, I do agree with Kenny. They got to show some fire. Well, this thing's over.
Well, we'll just have to see if they can do that. By the way, Shaq, I told you to get those batteries replaced in your watch. That's going to help you out for sure.
Ernie, I didn't have cash that day.
Now looking at where we stand after 2 quarters, it has been a difficult game for the Toronto Raptors.
It ain't rocket science. Go out and guard someone. Stop leaving your guys open.
Yeah, once those threes start to pile up, it becomes a tall mountain to climb. And who says it's not rocket science? That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Curry has been sensational.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Now, what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
Perimeter pairing, Barrett and Ingram. The post pairing, Barnes playing alongside Pirtle. And it's quickly in at the 1. That's the group starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic. And that one's good. Ingram.
Another bucket that time by Ingram. He is going off, looking to attack every time he catches the ball.
Now here's Green. Pass to Butler. The rebound by Brandon Ingram. Ingram's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Releases. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound.
And checking out the numbers for Ingram, he's been a factor for them over the last month. Right around 21 points per, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And so much of what they do on offense depends on how he plays.
But that's right. There's no question he's not their only offensive weapon, but he is a key cog in what they're trying to do.
Butler, a screen on Barrett. Hield, bounce pass. Quickly against Curry. Back to Hield. Shot clock at 5. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Hield's got 8 points.
And never shying away from a 3. Hield has supreme confidence in his shot.
Quickly kicks to Barrett. Ingram left side. Another shot, and Pirtle lays it up and in. He has 6.
Well, that's just a mistake on defense. No one got a body on him.
Outside, Green. Richard, he's covered by Ingram. Outside, Curry. The 3 buries the long-range jumper. Curry's got 25 points.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
And timid old-school big man Jakob Pirtle still more than valuable in today's game.
Well, there certainly remains a place in this league for centers who defend the rim, rebound, and set screens. He might not be flashy, but he's a winning player.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. Raptors knocking down the tray. On the wing, Hield. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Toronto, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. That one goes. Counted.
Scotty Barnes right there showing you that strength. That's a nice job fighting through the contact.
Outside Butler. Back to Curry. Fires for 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Pirtle's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside Barrett. In the corner, it's Ingram.
That's a terrific decision right there. Ingram surveyed the defense off of that screen, but eventually called his own number.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. On the wing, Hield. 8 points for him. The Raptors have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Ingram outside. Pirtle with a screen on Green. Barnes finds Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
That's a nice dime from Barnes, showing he can break down the defense with his passing.
And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Pass to Hield. There's the triple. And the Warriors miss again. In Toronto, they've gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. And here is Pirtle. 8 points for him. Now Barnes. Clock at 6. Ingram up top. Offline from the top of the key. Golden State's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Three-pointer, Hield. Again, Hield missing.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
Pass to Barrett. Barnes outside. Now quickly. 7 points in the game. Drains the three-pointer.
Year in and year out, Quickly's three-point shooting has been very consistent.
Three-pointer, Hield. And the three ball is good. Hield's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Warriors.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth. It is really competitive out there.
Now here's Ingram. 21 points in the game. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Pirtle. Hield outside. Back to Green. Up top, Curry. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Butler's got 6 assists in the game.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
And the Raptors call time here. And Toronto making a change here. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in. Kuminga's come in for the Warriors. Podziemski's coming in for Buddy Hield. Here's Barnes. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Now, here's Barrett. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Toronto needs to get off a shot. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. Mamu Kelishvili has got 7 points in the game. Curry with the bounce pass. The three. Green. It's good on the putback.
That's just great hustle by Green. Few players in this league play as hard as Draymond.
Curry against Quickly. Barrett. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And it's 6 points for R.J. Barrett. Warriors have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Pass to Kuminga. Back to Curry. There's the three. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Toronto's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Outside, Barrett. Banked in off the glass. 8 points for him.
making plays in traffic. This is where Barrett's most effective.
Curry with it. 27 points for him. Pass to Pajemski. Off target from outside.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Barrett. He's got 8. And again, it's Toronto converting.
And you don't see many mid-range shots from Barrett. He'd much rather take shots from beyond the arc or at the rim.
Butler with the ball. He's covered by Ingram. Back to Curry. Beyond the arc. Barnes grabs the miss.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
And it's Ingram missing.
After making 2 threes in the first half, the defense has really tightened up on him here, and he's yet to hit one in the second.
Now Pajemski. 9 points in the game so far. Drills the three-pointer. So, Greg, you played in the league over a decade. What's the toughest thing about being a pro basketball player?
Lots of things. To me, it's just keeping your spot. Every year, there's just so much talent coming in. So holding on to a place on the roster, man, that can be as difficult as anything.
And here is Ingram after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Oh, my goodness. You talk about shedding the defender.
Warriors leading by 23. And there's the bucket from Kuminga.
And that's really where Kuminga likes to operate, 15 feet and in.
Barnes outside. Barrett kicks to Ingram. Sinks the triple. Ingram's got 9 points now in just the second half.
That's his first from distance this half, which gives him 3 for the night.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Both teams will make substitutions. Almost halfway through the season, let's check out the standings out west. Take a look at the Warriors. Right now, they've been able to gather the 8th best record in the conference as the latter part of the season approaches.
And guys, for the Warriors, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, they're right where we thought they would be, and that's okay. Improvement rarely happens overnight.
Toronto's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Pass to Kelishvili. To the inside. Plays it up and banks it in. Kelishvili has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Curry dishes to Kuminga. Picked by Horford. Launches a 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Kuminga's got 11 points.
And that has been his biggest challenge since entering the league. Kuminga continues to work on becoming a more reliable deep shooter.
Here's Kelishvili. 9 points in the game so far. There's 1:17 left to play in the third. Curry outside, kept alive. Pass to Moody. Golden State moving it around. Second chance shot, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
Here's Dick. 50 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Murray Boyle. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 9 points in the game so far.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
To the paint. Here's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
Man, it's like he's jumping off a trampoline. Kuminga that time going high for the jam.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Murray Boyle. Defended by Kuminga. Shed, that's good.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
Curry can't get it to go. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Here's Walter. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Golden State Warriors holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, I like the fact he didn't telegraph it. That's poetry in motion right there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Kuminga out there with Horford. Then there's Moody. Then there's Brandon Pajemski. And it's Butler in at the 3 slot. Here's Horford. And Barnes sends it back.
And Barnes is showing you he is more than a capable defender.
Tries again. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
And the Warriors making a change here. Curry's checked in. And that one falls for Horford. So, Tim, let me put you in a different hat here. If you're running an NBA franchise, would you rather build around a guard, wing, or a big man in today's NBA?
I think I'd go with the wing with size, a guy that can create his own offense and for which there is no great defensive matchup. Those guys, to me, are the ones that can help lead you to the promised land.
Well, that sounds like a good blueprint. Now, here's Moody. Pass to Curry. Outside, Horford. Here's Pajemski. The shot's good on the assist by Horford.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
On the wing, Barnes. Defended by Butler. And the dunk by Barnes.
How about Barnes on that one? He really got up.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Golden State Warriors. Pass to Butler. Takes a 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Here's Shed. And here is Barnes. There's the pick. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. No good with the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Pajemski. Pass to Moody. Now Butler. It's good, and that takes him to 77% shooting this game, 10 for 13.
And he does it with and without the ball. Butler stuffing that stat sheet.
Here's Walter. Barnes the screen. To the middle and stolen by Butler. Here's the break. Here's Pajemski. Finished off the break. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Warriors.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And the relentless pace has really taken a toll on the opposition. Yeah, I love that. He comes off the pick and takes it right to the hole.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. This seems to be an era, Tim, of parity in the NBA, but some say there has been a lack of rivalries as well, kind of the culprit.
Well, I think it's tough to have rivalries as often now because you need some sort of a history in the postseason, and I just don't think we've had it. Kevin, also, I think it's because some of the stars have changed teams as frequently as they have, makes those rivalries less likely.
Can you think of the last real rivalry we've had in the postseason, even going to the finals?
I think it has to be Steph's Golden State Warriors and LeBron's Cleveland Cavaliers, 4 straight finals appearances.
Here's Curry. The Raptors getting the bucket. Horford the pass to Butler. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Scotty Barnes picks one up.
Butler is a very physical player. He wants to get into your body and draw the whistle.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Butler.
And free throws have never really been an issue for Butler. Makes a living at the line.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. And so Butler nails both of them. So when you look at different approaches to player recovery, from load management, say, Tim, to rub some dirt on it and get back in there, where do you stand on all of that?
Well, I do think teams have done a better job of trying to make sure players are protected from themselves and make sure they're getting enough rest. But I also think there are times guys should be allowed to play through certain types of minor injuries.
Here's Curry. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. Outside Butler. From deep. Cans it from downtown. Butler's got 28 points for the game.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Ingram against Butler. Ingram left side, and the layup's good off the glass. Ingram's got 4 points this quarter.
And you can sense the urgency from them now. They were flat in that first half, but they've come out here in the second and been much more aggressive offensively.
Wojemski, the bounce pass. Ingram against Butler. Driving in, and it's Butler with the jam.
Oh, he got downhill, and he was looking to attack the rim. Jimmy Butler, what a finish.
And Brandon Ingram again. Ingram's got 15 points in just the second half.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Horford kicks to Butler. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Well, unless the defense adjusts, I don't see any change here. He has flat out taken over this game with his scoring.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Quinton Post is checked in for Horford. Moody comes in for Green, and it's DeAnthony Melton in for Curry. That free throw good from Butler.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And so quickly, we'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. One thing we see sometimes, players opting to represent themselves when it comes to signing a contract. In other words, Tim, they don't have an agent. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think most players, Kevin, understand that the numbers are pretty set, particularly for the superstar. If you know you're going to get a supermax, why not keep more of what you make? Why pay an agent?
That's a good point. Shot by Wojemski, no good. Toronto's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Barrett against Melton. Out to Ingram, takes the three, buries it from three-point range. Ingram's got 9 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Now here's Butler. Over Barnes. Shot's good from Butler. Butler's got 35.
What a performance for him on the offensive end. He's been fantastic the entire game.
Here's Murray Boyle. A three from Quickly, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
A lot of confidence that time by Quickly, showing you he can play off the ball as well.
Post finds Podziemski. Now Melton. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Melton's got his first bucket in this one.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Here's Ingram. It's deflected. And here is Butler. Toronto grabs the miss. Barnes has got his 4th rebound in this one. Quickly against Melton. Outside Barrett. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And Barrett's showing you some toughness there. He's able to absorb the contact and still convert.
You know, Tim, we see a lot of talented wings in this NBA. Where does R.J. Barrett separate himself?
Well, he's very difficult when he puts it on the deck, Kevin. He's got some moves, and he's got an array of finishes, both the layup package or he can pound it on your head.
Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Toronto. And that one falls for Barrett. And another of these young, talented players out of Canada, R.J. Barrett, is a high-level NBA athlete.
It's in the blood. His father played for the Canadian national team. Barrett, an attack wing who loves to get downhill.
Now, here's Melton. Jackson Davis with it. Here's Post. Drills it from outside.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Pass to Poeltl. Outside Barrett. It's good again, and the next one, 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Now, here's Melton. Now, Podziemski. Back to Melton. Shoots the three. And the Warriors, another three.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
You know, we talk about winning basketball all the time and what it looks like. Well, that defense right there, that's the opposite of that.
And really trying to work the ball inside here and starting to get results. A lot of that offense coming in the paint here in the second half.
Kuminga's come in for Trace Jackson Davis. And having starred in a 6-man role in New York, Tim Emmanuel quickly has been handed the keys in Toronto.
Well, he certainly has, Kevin, and he's got the contract to match it. You talk about confidence and determination to prove yourself. That sums up quickly.
Now, here's Kuminga. Pass to Melton. Here's Podziemski. That three off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Right side Barrett. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And what a basket by Barrett, looking unafraid to take on these difficult challenges down low.
And that one misses.
When you look at the development of R.J. Barrett, he has really developed into a reliable scorer in this league.
Here's Post. Down low.
2 minutes remaining in regulation time.
Here's Kuminga. He gets it in there.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Well, they are making something very difficult look simple right now.
Now, here's Quickly. Outside Barrett. He's still out. Now he is 9 of 10.
Well, you see why Barrett was a highly coveted pick coming out of college. RJ can be special and very effective as a scorer.
Here's Melton. Bajemski, the bounce pass. Barnes against Kuminga. Pass to Melton. Fires for 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Pirtle's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Warriors.
As one-sided as it gets today, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Butler.
Well, he was all over the place out there, creating turnovers. Quick hands, quick feet, nothing was getting past him.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
Well, they have finally found something that's working, but it's against a defense that clearly has let up since they have the lead.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And with that vertical, Kuminga can really do some damage around the basket.
For the Warriors, Jonathan Kuminga. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw. And he sinks the second. Here's Toronto. They're on an 11-3 run. Barnes passes to Pirtle. In the corner, it's Ingram. That shot missing. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
Yeah, you know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline with our player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Jimmy, congrats on the win. What did it take to get it done tonight?
A lot of heart. My teammates fought hard throughout the whole game, and everybody had a tough matchup and manned up. And, we did what we were supposed to do.
Congrats on the win.
Terrific, Allie. Thanks. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jimmy Butler.